In his latest U-turn, the Prime Minister Keir Starmer has issued a U-turn saying he is not responsible for previous U-turns.
This follows a U-turn on digital ID. Has this government completely lost the plot? He's listened, he's learned, he's changed course.
Right. Okay. Again, the problem with that, though, is that Keir Starmer frames everything as a moral absolute. So whenever he's decided he's going to do something, it is the right thing to do. And anyone who opposes it is on the side of child pornographers
Yes.
or people smugglers.
That's it.
At PMQs today, Keir Starmer did a U-turn about whether or not he does U-turns. Because he said, I don't do U-turns. What I am doing is turning this country around.
Oh, no.
That's the definition of a U-turn.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? Because one imagines that Starmer, in adherence with the rules, he passed his theory test first time,
Yes.
would drive like Miss Daisy. In fact, he's currently resembling me on the school run. Screeching turns everywhere. And Heidi Alexander, the Transport Secretary, was on the broadcast round this morning denying that the government was responsible for a string of U-turns, said it was kind of mischievous to suggest that 13 U-turns did show a lack of direction.
They should be stripped of their licence.
They should be. Not that I know, don't write in now and say, oh, he wouldn't have done the theory test. I've only got the theory test in my mind because I've told you about taking Annabelle out as a learner and she passed her theory test last night.
Well done, that's great.
No, but we now have to book an actual test.
Right.
And then you may need to defibrillate me at some future date. Shall we count the U-turns in the spirit of Pick of the Pops?
Grooming gang inquiry. They weren't going to hold one, and then they decided to.
PIP benefit payments. They were going to restrict eligibility, then they U-turned.
Winter fuel payments for pensioners. Sorry, oldsters, you're not going to get them. Oh, yes, you will.
Family farm inheritance tax. You can sell your farm because of our bad policy. Oh, actually don't. We've changed our mind.
Waspy women, calm down, dear. It's only a U-turn on state pension inequality.
Workers, you know your rights. Actually, no, we're going to water them down a bit.
National insurance increase wasn't in the manifesto, but it's going up, up, up.
Sorry to interrupt your Cheerios. We might have to put up your income tax. Actually, no, I probably won't.
Time, gentlemen, please, for the pub rates increase.
Tim, you can take your Magna Carta and shove it up your backside. We may scrap jury trials, but that's a U-turn still to come.
But cream of the crop and top of the pops, it's digital ID U-turn. You're going to have to show your papers, but not anymore.
I mean, it's just astonishing. I know we're giggling through that, but my goodness me, it does speak to a government that appears to be making it up as it goes along.
Yeah, we're at least in double figures on U-turns. And the problem with each one is even if we wanted them to U-turn, they shouldn't have done it in the first place. And then to change your mind replaces mendacity with weakness.
Well, hang on a minute. Apparently changing your mind is a sign of strength.
Oh, yes.
This is what, so the Prime Minister, when he was in opposition, would call out any U-turn, not even U-turns, just a slight turn to the right or indeed the left, as some kind of calamity of Toryism. But if he does it, it's okay because, Tim, he's in a government of service of the people.
Yes.
He's listened, he's learned, he's changed course.
Right. Okay. Again, the problem with that, though, is that Keir Starmer frames everything as a moral absolute. So whenever he's decided he's going to do something, it is the right thing to do. And anyone who opposes it is on the side of child pornographers
Yes.
or people smugglers.
That's it.
So let's listen to the Prime Minister talk about digital ID back in September.
You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Trouble is with it, Tim, is it went down like a turd in a souffle, didn't it? Nobody liked it. We went from a situation, actually, where people kind of rejected Orwellian Big Brother claims, were quite happy to be filmed on various cameras on any street corner and were regularly and still continue to invade their privacy on social media. But digital ID cards just push them over the edge amid reports that if you have a newborn baby, they would have to have a card.
We all have to hand over our data, but the point is it's voluntary.
Yes.
You're doing it for a service. This was involuntary. You would have to do it, and it was the state making you do it. It was nanny forcing you to eat the cod liver oil. It was very unpopular. It had a net approval rating of -14, although it would still be a more popular Prime Minister than Keir Starmer.
Yes.
And Telegraph readers didn't like it either. In one poll, 132,178 people gave the following judgment on digital ID cards. 38% were in favour, 62% were against.
I tell you who the Prime Minister should be listening to.
Yeah.
And I know he's one of your favourite people. Wes Streeting. Now, do you know Streeting, the Health Secretary's new acronym for what Keir Starmer should be doing? Do you know what it is?
No.
It's GIRF. And I say GIRF with an F. Do you know what GIRF stands for?
What does it stand for?
Get it right first time. Which is also weirdly a anagram of grift. But I make no further comment on that. And Kemi Badenoch did point this out at the dispatch box today, although she struggled, to be fair, to fulfil the meaning of the phrase.
Yesterday, the Health Secretary said the Prime Minister's New Year's resolution should be, and I quote, to try to get it right first. To try to get it right first time. To try to get it right first time. Yes, you did say that. You did say that. My question is, does he agree?
I was there. So Kemi is saying, you said this. And Wes is saying, no, I didn't, in that cold snake, dead-eyed way of his.
Yeah.
So it was very funny. But he made some remarks at a conference for the Institute for Government this morning, at which he seemed to demolish Keir Starmer's entire style of leadership.
Oh, dear.
I mean, one line that really stood out, he was talking about levers. He was saying, you don't just go around saying, we don't have the levers to make government work. You build the levers. And that's the whole point of a left-wing approach towards government. You're meant to be about building a state and using the state to improve people's lives, not saying the state doesn't work. Well, who was it who said, we pull levers and nothing happens? It was Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
It's very hard not to interpret it that way.
Although, weirdly, Liz Truss has also spouted that rhetoric since being in power.
Well, it's anyone who's been Prime Minister will tell you that either there are no levers or when you pull them, a balloon explodes and...
yeah, or like a little cloud appears.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So I take the point. But reporting in the New Statesman...
Oh, what are you thinking reading that?
What? It's very good. It's a good
your
magazine.
enemy. Actually,
Okay.
those people used to be your friends as well.
Yeah, but they know
when you were a
they know
socialist.
our enemy.
Is it a case of
because
once a
they
socialist,
actually know
always
our
a
enemy?
socialist? All right, fair
We're
enough.
just speculating a lot of the time.
Okay, my little
They're
pinko
actually in
friend.
bed with these Reds.
You're in bed with the New Statesman, which is disturbing.
Well, the New Statesman reports something very, very funny.
Okay, go on.
You remember that last year, Keir Starmer accidentally triggered a Wes Streeting leadership contest by saying Wes Streeting is plotting against me.
Yeah.
And we did know at the time that there was some conversation, an angry conversation between Wes Streeting and Morgan McSweeney, Keir Starmer's right-hand man. We now know the details of that. We know that after this all went to the media, Wes called McSweeney, voices were raised, and Wes said to him, I am not plotting against the Prime Minister. I am not plotting a leadership challenge. I am planning one.
What's the difference between plotting and planning?
Well, the difference being that when you are plotting, you are plotting to take down the Prime Minister very soon. When you're planning, you are assuming the Prime Minister will be gone very soon, and you're getting ready to replace him.
Wow. I mean, that
Not
is
plotting,
brazen
but
by Streeting.
planning. But also how brazen that he could pretend to be deeply upset by the rumours.
Yes.
Because they have misinterpreted a plan for a plot. And
Although was he upset? Because he kind of like made a joke and made a reference to traitors, which kind of endeared him to the public because it was like, oh, he's so down
I
with
watch
the
his
kids.
telly like the rest of us.
Indeed.
Yeah, right.
Him and
Someone else watches TV for him and does a précis. You know.
possibly. Him and Angela Rayner on Gogglebox, though. Worth
Right.
watching. Possibly.
The kicker is that apparently Streeting followed this up with, and I'm not the only one planning.
Oh.
And he claimed that lots of other people in the cabinet were planning as well.
Shock horror. Is there anyone in the cabinet or indeed the Labour Parliamentary Party or indeed the membership that actually wants Keir Starmer to remain in place, apart from Keir Starmer, possibly his wife, possibly Morgan McSweeney, but maybe not actually?
I think Keir Starmer's wife is like that as well. I think she's wobbly. So the current thinking is Wes Streeting will be the one to challenge. Angela Rayner will oppose him, although sources say that she has yet to make a personal decision and also still has to sort out some HMRC stuff.
Yeah.
Some forms to return. So Ange will likely oppose him, And the person who would be above all of this, like Pontius Pilate, would be Ed Miliband.
Oh, my goodness.
He'd be the person bringing the party back together
Wow.
in exchange for the chancellorship.
Sorry?
Yep.
Make it stop.
Yep.
I mean, it's an appropriate comparison, isn't it? Pontius Pilate, in the sense that he seems to be taking a great many flights around the world to spread the message of how climate change must end immediately.
But if you think about
second of all, economically, Ed Miliband
Yeah.
in charge of our economy, which would presumably go even more greenwards and therefore even more southwards.
well, and if our objection to Angela Rayner is she's too left-wing, and obviously a Rayner-Miliband leadership would be really left-wing.
Yeah, that would be like asking the public whether they'd rather be shot or stabbed.
But the whole
what a
point,
choice.
the
What
appeal
a
of the
choice.
Wes Streeting alternative, because the media's got it in its head that he's right-wing or Blairite or something,
Yes.
is that his leadership would be a little more right-wing. But if he makes Ed Miliband his chancellor, what's the point?
Wow.
Either way, whoever wins this contest, we're going to
Yeah.
get more Starmeromics,
Are you
more
saying that
Reevesonomics with some green stuff thrown in.
Streeting and Miliband would present themselves as some kind of left-wing dream team?
I know everyone inhabits their own fantasy world. You know, I think I'm James Bond. You know,
Do you?
and Ed
Didn't know
Miliband, Ed Miliband thinks he's John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
He believes he's an elder statesman of the progressive left. And I guess if you spend your whole life in Brasilia with left-wing vegans discussing climate change, you probably can convince yourself that you are the Metternich of the eco movement.
Yes, that's right. Wow. Well, so much more to look forward to in the UK over the next few years. But you are right, of course. If there is a righty against any lefty that is put before the Labour membership, then the lefty wins, regardless of their lack of qualifications for the post, which is always interesting. So aren't we really saying that unless Streeting goes up against, say, Mahmoud, that Streeting can't really win this race?
He knows, he has said publicly in the past, you run from the left for the Labour leadership. So either he runs from the left and repudiates everything that we project onto him, because we
Yes.
think he's Blairite, or he runs and loses.
That's another U-turn, by the way. I'm just thinking. I mean, it wasn't a policy U-turn, but we could add trans women are women.
Yeah, that's a
Starmer
good one,
saying a
actually.
woman can have a
Yeah,
penis.
but they haven't decided about trans
Hang on,
people. They're not
David
just
Lammy.
U-turning.
David Lammy saying that it is possible for a man to grow a cervix.
Yes.
And then they did come out with, oh, actually, trans women probably aren't women. I think they're probably men, because
Yeah.
the Supreme Court decreed it, and Keir Starmer cannot disagree with other eminent lawyers.
But the doctors have said we should have tests of puberty blockers, and Wes
Right.
Streeting, another essentially bureaucrat,
Yes.
cannot disagree with doctors and make a political decision. So Labour isn't U-turning on trans. It's more like when you drive on ice and you get into an uncontrollable skid.
Yeah.
They're just going round and round in a dangerous circle.
Yes. It's unwitting donutting.
But one person who
that he's
did
doing.
take great pleasure at all these U-turns was Kemi Badenoch. And there was a really quite enjoyable bit where she listed some of them, and Parliament joined in.
He says no one's going to listen to us. Who's going to listen to him? The winter fuel allowance, U-turn. Waspy women, U-turn. The two-child benefit cap, U-turn. Grooming gangs inquiry, U-turn. The family farms tax, U-turn. Digital ID, U-turn. Jury trials, U-turn. We hope so. We hope so. I think that's going to be the next one, Mr. Speaker. Week after week, these poor people sitting behind him have to defend the indefensible, only for him to U-turn a few days later. Mr. Speaker, one of his cabinet ministers told a journalist that what's happening at the moment is extraordinarily bad. Another said we've gone through a catastrophic series of missteps. Yet another minister said, we are so unpopular at the moment, I've come to the conclusion it's worth rolling the dice on a new leader.
Having done that bit of vaudeville, the Prime Minister tried to join in. He's got himself a new gag writer. It's at the sort of level of Bradley Walsh,
Yes.
which is good. It's quite funny, but he doesn't have good delivery. So he told jokes about the Kama Sutra, more positions in the
Oh, I
Kama
know.
Sutra.
That was excruciatingly
that-
bad.
Yeah, that's wedding speech stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's-
bad wedding speeches.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like wedding speech 101. So even the cake's in tears. Oh,
Very
God.
good, very good. He compared the Tories to IKEA furniture full of dead wood.
Oh my goodness,
don't think
really? He's
IKEA
like
is.
the epitome of the plain white IKEA desk with absolutely no embellishments.
Lots of jokes about Nadeem Zahawi. And also, again, half of PMQs was handed over to slagging off reform. And even though almost all the reform MPs except Nigel stood up to try and ask a question, not one of them was called. It is bordering on the desperately unfair. But I feel, even though he tried his best, all of this fell flat. Because the Prime Minister is like someone with no rhythm trying to dance.
Yes.
When it comes to telling a joke. Why did the chicken
I know.
cross the road? Well, because it was advised
Yes.
by stakeholders.
Yes. Brussels decree.
The 1986 regulation on road crossings that it might be advantageous to get to the other side. 2 minutes later, he's come back again.
You see, you parodying the Prime Minister is always eminently funnier than the Prime Minister.
If you're enjoying our journalism, why not sign up to From the Editor, our free email newsletter? Start your day with the latest news and opinion, plus our bite-sized puzzles. Scan the QR code to sign up free today.